Can we take this really ugly lamp and make it beautiful? Let's save a ton of money and DIY it. Why not? Welcome to the Flipper's Guide, where we take affordable finds and create high-end designs. Let's create a home you love, one flip at a time. If you're like me, you love going to the thrift store and finding treasures. I always find things that I have no idea what they're for, like this little guy. He went home with me, but he's not the star of the show today. I also found this gorgeous frame. Probably won't keep the picture, but I have some ideas for it. But then I found this. Y'all, when I say I found one of the ugliest things at Goodwill, this fit the bill. It was $10, a little bit pricey for me, but it had to come home because I had a plan. If I see Wicker, it's coming home with me because I have a trick to make it look beautiful. And this kind of wicker is super trendy right now. If you look at all of these stores, they have gorgeous rattan and wicker pieces at crazy prices. And I am not willing to pay $600, $500, $700, but I'm gonna show you how you can find a piece like this, and we're gonna make it look just like one of these high-end pieces. Hi friends, before we get started, I am so excited to share that I am teaming up with MrBeast and thousands of other creators for the biggest collaboration ever, all to bring clean water to communities around the world. Nearly 2 billion people don't have access to safe water, and that's crazy. But here's the amazing part. $1 gives someone clean water for an entire year. $20 gives them clean water for decades. So I have joined Team Water to help raise $40 million. I have set a personal goal to raise at least $100 because every dollar counts. Together, we can make a real difference. If you're watching this, please go to the link in my description to donate today. Let's hit that goal, do our part, because water connects us all. All right, let's get back to the DIY. All right, so I brought my lamp home and got everything set up. This roll paper is one of my favorite things to use whenever doing DIYs because it will protect any surface and it is really affordable and you can find it at most hardware stores. Got all my supplies set up and ready, and I mean, the most important thing is coffee, so if you don't have that, the project's not getting done. Important question, are you Team Dunkin' or Team Starbucks? My husband is all about Starbucks. Nope, I'm Team Dunkin'. Let me know in the comments. Grabbed this furniture cleaner called Clean Slate and got started cleaning a ton of dust, dirt, and residue. Look at this piece. It is rough. So I want you to see that it almost looked like it was moldy. A ton of people in my comments on social media thought that it was covered with mold. This is more of a speckle spray paint. There is no mold, so I did not have to worry about that. Thank goodness. I probably wouldn't have taken it home if it was moldy. But it did take a lot of scrubbing to get all of the dust and dirt out of those little wicker crevices. I also needed to remove all the tape that the thrift store had put on it, and this little tool is one of my favorites. If you need a tool just for all of the everyday things around your house, this is the way to go. All right, after prepping, our first step is going to be spray paint, and we are going to start with a layer of black. Stick with me, I promise that's not going to be the color we get at the end, but it is going to create a really cool shadowing effect on our piece and make it look even more natural. The rain was moving in the distance and I was getting nervous, so I got it taped and we got started. One thing to make sure of when you are spraying this bottom coat, you do not have to do anything perfect. This is just to add a shadowing effect and you can do as much or as little as you want. I wanted it to be fully covered, but it is not a process that has to be perfect. But do remember, when you're spraying wicker, it's always a good idea to turn it upside down because you're going to get lots of different angles that you need covered. So step 1 is done. I'm gonna let it dry. I'm gonna dry off from all the humidity, and I let it dry and came back. Day 2, look how beautiful it is. Part 2 of this process is adding a khaki color. So I grabbed a khaki spray paint and started spraying it on. Now, this is kind of the same as the black. It doesn't have to be fully covered in the khaki, although I really wanted it to be more light, so I added a little bit more khaki than you have to. Do you see how the dark underneath is adding the shadowing effect? So good. And we are gonna add more, so just stick with me. If you are new here, I am so glad to have you, and I would love for you to be part of the Flip fam. So be sure to hit that subscribe and like button and come join us for all the amazing, fun flips, thrifts, and DIYs that we do around here. All right, it is time to make the magic happen and do the fun part where we make it look just like real natural wicker. Okay, I grabbed this gel stain and we are going to use a disposable cheap chip brush because it is going to stain the brush. You're probably not going to be able to use it again. Just take that stain and we're going to go back and forth all over that tan wicker. It is going to add a really beautiful cover. So you'll want to go left and right and up and down just to make sure you get into those crevices. Oh my goodness, can you see it coming along? It is making such a difference, but we have another step, so stick with me. I promise I will teach you how to make it look even more realistic. As with any furniture or DIY project that you are painting or staining, make sure to always check whenever you turn it upside down. Check for all those areas that people many times forget about. In all honesty, you probably don't have to do the bottom. I just want it to be uniform and I don't want to miss any edges. And so it's just easier just to go ahead and do the whole piece. Just like we spray painted the top of that little ball that goes on the top of the lamp, we are going to just go ahead and add the gel stain. What's nice about gel stain is that it sticks to paint really well. And so we're just gonna do a light coating. Yeah, I know I should wear gloves. It's just how I roll. All right, we've come to our next to last step. This is just adding a really gorgeous aging wax. So this is a dark aging wax, and it is going to add that final color that we are looking for to get that natural wicker. And it is looking so much like those high-end lamps that we saw at the beginning of the video. What's cool about this wax is that it also seals the piece. So not only have we stained it, we've now sealed it with this wax, and it actually adds to the beauty. Okay, we have one more area that we need to finish, and then will be the big reveal. I also added some wax to the ball that goes on the top in order to seal that. And you just take the brush and lightly brush it on, and it actually stuck really, really well on top of that paint. Okay, our final piece to the puzzle is adding just a little bit of rub and buff to this gold metal area. It looked pretty drab and it can use a shine up. I don't know about you, but I hate wasting my tape, so I literally just took the tape that I had been using to protect that area from the stain and moved it down so that we can protect the wicker from the rub and buff. Reuse, reduce, recycle. There we go. I added this rub and buff. It is an antique gold, and I love how it is shining up the piece. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for you to see this reveal. It's gonna be amazing. All right, y'all, let's remember what we found at Goodwill for $10, this very ugly piece, and let's see what we turned it into. It went from a speckled looking moldy piece. It wasn't really moldy, but let's see the reveal. What do you think? I am absolutely in love. I cannot believe that this piece was the same piece that I found at Goodwill. Does it look like the pieces we talked about? In my opinion, I think I like it even more, but I won't tell them. So let me know what you think in the comments. I love hearing your opinions. Would you have done anything different? Also, be sure to check out my other video where I do a wicker transformation. I take this really ugly wicker cabinet and make it into something beautiful. You will be amazed at how we change this cabinet into one of my favorite pieces in my house. And also today, if you get a chance to check out that link in my description for providing water to people around the world. Thank you to MrBeast for pushing this initiative and creating this collaboration. It's awesome that we can all do our part and make a difference because water unites us all.